This tutorial, I will show you how to seamlessly connect your chatbot and the Panda checkout. Okay, so previously in that tutorial, you already can create dynamic checkout links, right? But there is a big problem there is once you send your customer to Stripe or to PayPal, it's like a black box for you. You do not know what happened there, right? You do not know whether the customer complete the purchase or abandoned. You do not know nothing about that. So here with Panda checkout, we came up with a solution that is actually connect your chatbot with the payment gateways, let them understand and talk to each other. So how it's done is when you send the request, previously we are only sending these 4 mandatory requests, right? But now you need to add 3 more. These 3 more information will tell Panda checkout which platform is coming from and which user ID is coming from. So it knows exactly who is talking to Panda checkout, right? And with the flow, it specifies what the Panda checkout should talk back to the chatbot user, right? So I hope it makes sense, right? So this is how we should add when we send the request, just to inform Panda checkout which platform, which user, and what the user is expecting the response from. Okay. Another is how the Panda checkout talkback is we need to assign each flow to a chatbot so that Panda checkout knows which platform he's talking back. And we need to set up a different triggers or different hook, we call hook. And then you can build the response, build the message you want to send it to the user. Okay. And you can have the input and output. Input is the information that come back from the payment gateways. Output is that you can set the custom fields, add tags, send the flow, or send the content so that you can send back to the chatbot user. Okay, so now let's do a quick demo, and let me show you here. This is we already done last time. We already sent the request, right? So now let's add more information to the request. We want to add the 3 new variables. So it's called platform, and since this tutorial is for Chatrace, so we will use Chatrace. Yeah, so it's correct. So another variable is platform. Let me copy the values here. Much easier because this need to be exactly the same. So let's copy the custom ID. You need to use the system user ID, the messenger ID. So let's use this one. Now we need to choose the flow. This is the flow ID. So let's go back to the Panda checkout. Let's create our first flow ID. So we will send the message when the checkout is finished. So I call it Panda checkout succeed. So let's copy this flow ID and paste it here. So once you set this up, publish. So what will happen is that When you trigger this checkout link, it goes to Panda checkout, and Panda checkout receive the message. So the chatbot part work is done. Now we need to work with the Panda checkout side of things. So here is what we need to do. We need to first assign the chatbot to a specific, we need to assign chatbot to a flow ID. So how to do that? The flow you just built, you need to select the keys and then click the chatbot you want to, trigger or connect it. So we have this chatbot, we will click yes. And now is we need to set up the checkout hook. So the checkout hook is we already selected is checkout succeed. We have a lot of other hooks created, cancelled, refunded, upsell, accepted, rejected. All these hooks you can set up. The logic is the same, right? So I will just show you how we can send the messages from here. So once you connect with the chatbot, this is available for you to select. So basically, you consider this is the input and the output. Okay, this webhook, this is sending HTTP request to third parties. We will leave it here. And the input is all the information, payment information and customer information. This is input information, and the output is integrations, what you want to do with it. Okay, for example, I want to know how much the customer paid, and I want to know what currency is paid, and also I want to know receipt URL. So I want to know the receipt. So this is the information I want to know. Sometimes, for example, for the Stripe, maybe I want to know what. Let me see. Or the contact emails. I want to know the emails that he typed on the checkout page. And yeah, I just put these 4 things, input information I want to set up. And then for the output, you can set the custom fields. You can drag it here, and you just connect them so that when this hook is triggered, it will take the order total and then put into these custom fields. So you need to set up the custom fields first, and then use exactly the custom fields name here. Okay, so I will do that a little bit later. Let's just drag 4 custom fields here. And connect them. Okay, let's save it first. Now let me go to the custom fields to see what's the name for that. What's the name for? I have the custom emails. I have the customer email. So this should be customer email. Okay, let's save this. What I have, order currency and order total amount. So order currency order total amount. Do I have the receipt URL? Unfortunately, I do not have the receipt URL as the custom variable here. So let's just create one. See, receipt URL. Copy this one, and then let's go to Panda checkout and paste here. You need to make sure that this custom field's name is exactly the same. Okay, otherwise it won't fill in the custom fields for you. So custom fields is just the one actions. You can add the tags. For example, you can add the tag is demo purchase completed, because this is going to add when this checkout succeed. So it makes sense there. Also, you can send the content. Send the content is easier is because you can directly send the user with the message. Okay, and then if you click it, there's some system variables you can use. It will send them directly. So let me try this one. Total. Hi. Thank you for your purchase. This message is sent through send content module. Your order number. Let's copy one of the variables, your order number here. And here is your receipt URL. So only the one-time payment have the receipt URL, and the subscriptions do not have the receipt URL. And I mean, this is for for Stripe. So which one? Payment receipt. So let's use this one. And let's save it. Okay, so we already also use the send content. Last one is send flow. So you can actually send the user to the flow, and you can use all these custom fields that you already set up. So you need to make sure that it's going to set up all these from top to bottom. Okay, so it's going to set up this from the top. This custom fields, this, and then last one is sent to flow. So I think we need to create a new flow just to show the demo. So let me name it success flow demo, and we will name it, this is the message send through flow. Okay, we will show the custom variables. So the total amount is order, I think total amount here, and we will add one more, currency, order currency. And what's next? Total amount, currency. What I have said. Receipt URL, order contact, email, customer email, order receipt. order, I think it's receipt or something. Receipt URL. Okay, so this is the flow that is going to receive sent, right? You can copy this flow ID here. Let's copy it here. Now let's paste the flow ID here. Okay, let's save it. So what will happen here? Let's go back. Let me show you. So what will happen is that in this external request, we already specify which platform it's coming from and which user it's coming from. We also specify which flow we want to get information back. So that's what happens from here. And in the Panda checkout, in that same flow, same hook, we set up, okay, this is the input. We want to know how much the user paid in what currency and the receipt URL, and also the email of the customer. And also we add the tags for the user, and we send the content to the user, and also we send the flow to the user. So let's test it out here. So let me first go to the audience to clear everything for me. Just want to make sure that it doesn't have what I need to clear. Let me see. The receipt URL is empty, so most of it is empty, so I do not need to clear anything. I just want to make sure that it works. So let's go back to the flow and trigger the demo. If it's working well, I should able to receive the message that send content, and also the message that it sends flow. And also I need to see the tag is added and also the custom fields are updated. So let's try it now. So let's preview. And let me pull my messenger here. So let's go. It will send me the checkout link. So let's check out. Oh, so this is PayPal. I want to try it with Stripe. Let me try it with Stripe. So let's try it again. Let's go. So this is the Stripe checkout. So I will say let's go at gmail.com. Use the test card. Test card. Okay, so let's complete the purchase. Then I should able to see the confirmations here, right in my chatbot, if it's working well. See, this is the first one. Thank you for your purchase. This message is sent through send content module, and the order ID and the receipt URL is here. So, and this is the message I received from the flow. The total amount 97 and USD. The email is let's go at gmail.com. The receipt, maybe I didn't use the correct system variable. As you can see, this is already the correct receipt URL. So maybe I should use different system variable, but you can try it out. So that is how it works. Now, if I go to my profile, refresh, I should able to see that the tags is added for me. And also I need to see, okay, the custom email got filled, and the what else? I said the custom emails. Okay, the currency is filled, and the total amount is filled, and the receipt didn't. Because I don't think I use the correct system variables for this, but yeah, all the other actions is working. Set custom fields is working. Add tags is working. Send content is working. Send flow is working. So that is just to make sure that you understand how. Let me go back. Now is in this tutorial is just to make sure that you understand the logic between how we can make sure that chatbot and your payment gateways are connected together. Okay, so you need to add the customer platform and platform customer ID and the flow ID in your request. And in the Panda checkout, you need to, let me show you, you need to assign the keys so that Panda checkout knows which chatbot he is talking back. And then you need to select the input you want from all the information, payment information, customer information. And you have the output is you can set the custom fields, you can send the content with system variable, and you can add the tag, you can send the flow. We will add more actions here. I think clear the tags, clear the custom fields. We will add extra actions here in the future. But that is how your Panda checkout can talk back to your chatbot. So I think you need to watch this video multiple times to get idea of how you can build the two-way communications between your chatbot and the payment gateways. Okay, so